Welcome back, citraholics. Let's talk about how we get our fertilization on. In this, I'll give you what I've been doing for the last 10 years, and then I'll be switching it up and showing what I'm doing currently. And then at the very end, I'm gonna give you my little extra I've been doing to maintain these beauties so they can achieve their maximum growth potential. All right, y'all, here we go. So what I've been doing for the last 10 years is I've been using a two-part system. I've been using a granular, and we'll get into which one that is here in just a moment. What I do is every 2 months, depending on the container size, I will lay down between a tablespoon to 6 tablespoons depending on the pot size, and I do this every 2 months. For me, I have a long growing season from March to November, so I'll go all the way through and give enough in the last month to get me through my cold time, and then I back down on my second part. My second part is I use a liquid feed. The liquid feed is basically, it just gives the nutrients every week. Gotta feed it weekly. And the reason why I also do the granular, because sometimes we go on vacation, and then when we go on vacation we can't fertilize with the liquid, so the granular is there to help out to still feed your trees when it's being watered. All right, y'all, let's talk about the granular feed now. I use Osmum Coat Plus. It is a wrong side. It is a 15-9-12, which isn't very optimal for plants, because plants like the nutrients, the macronutrients, to be in a 3-1-2 ratio, and this one's just a little wonky. But I've been using this for 10 years and it has been working phenomenal. This product has almost all the micronutrients. It's just missing calcium, which is a bummer, but it is what it is. Now let's get into the liquid feed. Here is Foliage Pro. It used to be by Dynagrow, but Super Thrive has bought out the company. Now if you see it says Super Thrive, that's okay. Right there it shows where it used to be Dynagrow and is now Super Thrive Foliage Pro. If it doesn't say Foliage Pro on it, you're getting the incorrect one. It has the 9:3:6 ratio, which is a 3-1-2, which is optimal relationship between the 3 macronutrients. The bonus of Super Thrive Foliage Pro, it also has all of the other 3 macronutrients: magnesium, calcium, and sulfur, which is great. And we'll get into how we apply it here in a second. I know it says great for hydroponics because that's what it was originally designed for, but it's great for container gardening. If you flip on the back, the print's too small, so I'm not going to do it. The production rate is what you want to go by. 1 teaspoon per 1 gallon of water. So what I do is I mix it into a 5-gallon can and I apply 5 teaspoons, which is pretty much a tablespoon, which is 3 teaspoons, and a little extra. I don't get right on it to make it a perfect balance, because you can actually go a little over. So with that being said, here's one of my little pro tips for Foliage Pro. We all have that one drama citrus tree. What's yours? I know what mine is. Comment down below and let me know what it is. I'm pretty sure I have a good idea what it is. Well, mine is so happily my Meyer lemon. Because what I normally do between March and about the end of October or so is that I double the rate. I do 2 teaspoons per 1 gallon of water. I haven't burned any plants doing this. I've achieved really good results. As people comment all the time, your trees are really green, they're doing really well. Yeah, because the liquid feed. But with my Meyer lemon, it is just a diva. Like, I'm sure if I read all the comments, it's going to be talking about all the other divas. Most of them are going to be Meyer lemons. It's just typical. It seems to be typical for whatever reason. So that one, I know I can't exceed 1.5 teaspoons per gallon, because then it just gets all diva. So here we go. So what I could do, I already preloaded my water bottle, but first we're going to go ahead and get into our granular feeding. Here we go. This is one of my small mandarin oranges that I have. Look how great it's doing. It's in its 3rd year. It's kind of a small little guy. It has 3 or 4 mandarins on it, which is fine. I only let it do this because I don't want to taste this particular variety. and if it had any more, I probably would have removed them. So let me show you how you apply the Osmocote Plus. This is a 3 to 5 gallon container. I can't remember quite offhand, so we'll figure it out. So I get my Osmocote. I'm doing this with one hand, so it's kind of tricky. Well, we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way. We're gonna wing it. So when you get Osmocote Plus, it comes with this cool little scooper. It's a 1 tablespoon scooper. So what you do is you take it and you sprinkle it around. And since this is a 3 to 5 gallon, I usually do 2 to 3 on this. I just fertilized this not too long ago, so I'm not going to go too crazy overboard. And you can spread it all the way around your container, and then you work it in to the top 1/4 inch or so of your medium. So another way I do it, since I've actually measured my hand, let's walk over to another mandarin. And I do the same thing for mulberries, figs, and pomegranates. So what I do is I have measured my handfuls. My handfuls are approximately 2 tablespoons full, give or take. It's a touch. So I poured about 2 tablespoons. Once again, you sprinkle it all the way around and you work it into the top. I just recently fertilized this, so I'm not going to go anymore. I went a little light because I knew I was going to do this twice, especially on this particular tree. So that's how you apply your granular fertilizer. It's simple, it's easy, anybody can do it, and your trees will definitely thank you. Alrighty, now let's talk about our application process of using the liquid feed. I already preloaded my watering can with 1 gallon of water, just because I'm just going to fertilize just 1 tree. Otherwise, I would be doing it all the way to the top and using a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons really for most of my trees, except for that Diva Meyer lemon. You get the cap off. I know this seems so rudimentary for people, but it is what it is. So you got your red cut from the Osmocote. So remember, the big side is a tablespoon, the little side is a 1/4 teaspoon. So I'm gonna have to do this 4 times. Or should we just wing it and just try to get 1/3 of the tablespoon? I say let's wing it. So that's about 1/3, which is about my normal application rate. 2 times. We go over, pour it in, give it a nice good shake. You want it to mix. Now, does it matter if you put the Foliage Pro in first and then fill your watering can? No, not at all. But then if your water, it depends on how your watering can is, you could have seepage when it's spitting out the sides, and you'd be just wasting the product. Because Foliage Pro, roughly for 1 quart, is between 22 and 26 bucks online. Amazon's probably the most common place to get it. The 2-pound bottle of Osmocote, depends if you get it on sale or whatnot, but the average like at Lowe's is like 13 to 16 bucks for 2 pounds or 36 for 8 pounds. Foliage Pro does come in 8 ounces, which is like about 10 bucks, 11, 12 bucks, somewhere around there. I never buy a small bottle because that would last me, about 3 weeks at max. Then you got your quart, which I already said is between 22 and 26, or you can buy a 1 gallon, which is up between 60 and 80. It just depends where you go. You can find it sometimes at hydroponic stores, which is a little bit more, but you're supporting a local business. And if you haven't known me by now, I would prefer to spend a couple extra dollars, especially if I'm in the area, and support the small business. That's just how I roll. That's a personal thing. So now let's go and water our mandarin that's on the table. So So this is a small container, so this is pretty simplistic to water. You don't dump maybe the whole gallon in there. You just want to give it a nice good soaking. And I use a 5-1-1 mix so it drains really fast. So I use approximately half, and you see it's already draining through. So we'll just walk over and just give that other mandarin the rest of this. So I don't want to be wasteful because this stuff's, you know, not exactly cheap. But the trees love it. I have great green growth. I get lots of new growth. And the proof is in the pudding. Well, you gotta remember, I'm in Texas, so we're in 100-degree heat. This one has several mandarins on it. I got some pomegranates. My variegated kumquat loves it, has new growth. And quite a few kumquats. My orange frost loves it. And check this out. Have you ever seen Ponderosa lemon go bananas? This is only a 1.5-year old tree. And look at those monsters down there. There's those two, and that big one right there. So I highly recommend using a granular and a liquid, because the granular takes care of when you can't fertilize, and you're giving the liquid feed once a week to help maintain the levels of the proper levels of nutrition for your trees to have a fantastic growing season. Now, that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years. Now let's switch it up and show you what I've been doing now. All right, before we start getting into talking about what I'm doing currently and the products I'm using, I just want to make a disclaimer. I am 100% still on board, and I still use Osmocote and Foliage Pro. I have zero problems with them. They are a fantastic product, and they served me well for the last 10 years. I'm going to be showing the 2 new products. One is in beta test, so it's not available for the public quite yet, but it's going to be coming out. And the other one's a granular. The reason I went to the granular, because it's nutrient for nutrient, it is almost identical to Osmocote Plus. The big difference for me is it's actually, I like how it looks better. It's not just white, it's kind of an orangey color. I really just kind of dig it how it looks against the 5-1-1. I know it's kind of vain, but that's just how I am right now. Not vain, I just like how it looks. And you're supporting a mom and pop store. A mom and pop store, you're helping buy the kids, you know, sports cleats, karate lessons or stuff like that, instead of buying a corporate jet gas or giving a, you know, the CEO a big fat bonus or whatever. So that's why I'm going to be switching up to this different product. And there's one other smaller reason that I'm switching to it, and let me show you right now. As you see it on the Facebook page, if you didn't know we had a Facebook page, it's called Growing Citrus in Containers. We have over 30,000 members. So with that being said, I have switched over to using Growscript granular feed, the poly-coated NPK. The main reason that I really appreciate it is it is an 18:6:12, which that makes it a 3:1:2 ratio. So that's exactly what, I don't think it's in the most optimal ratio for plants. I think it's more like a 4:1:2, but a 3:1:2 is close as we're gonna get, and I will take it. It has, like I said, virtually exactly the same ingredients. Actually, it does have exactly the same ingredients, just the percentages might be 1/10 off at most. And just like Osmocote Plus, this does not have calcium in it. So, like I said, it is virtually a 1-for-1 equal product. Besides the ratio of being 18:6:12, the other reason why I do appreciate it, this bag is a 3-pound bag, so it's a pound more, because that container I showed you for the Osmocote Plus was a 2-pound container, and it's cheaper. This runs right around $10 to $11, and the Osmocote's 13 to 16, depends on the sale. So with the cost savings and the amount I use over a year, I'm saving some serious bucks. And guess what? We apply it in exactly the same rate. So let's go over to my variegated pink Eureka lemon, and let me show you how we get that done. Here she is, my variegated pink Eureka lemon. It's looking a little droopy, but that's all right. I just gave it a little bit of water, and it is approximately noon, and we're already approaching 100 degrees. So this isn't the best time to be fertilizing. This is only in its 3rd year. And when I first got it, it was smaller than that, probably half the size. And that's my car if you were curious. So through proper feeding and pruning, which I'll be doing a video of that here probably next week or two about tip pruning to how to get it so bushy, this tree has just been growing magnificently. So now let's get into the granular feed. So I'm just gonna reach in the bag with that same Osmocote scooper, 1 tablespoon, and this is a 12-gallon container. So I'm gonna probably do like 4 tablespoons. Just gonna mix it all the way around. Look at that color. That's just, I know, I dig it. I mean, orange isn't my most favorite color, but against the 511, it looks fantastic. And there was 4. And then once again, you take your hand and you work it in to the soil. And there you go. That's how you apply, once again, the Growscript granular. Just like the Osmocote. Hey guys, quick pro tip. When you guys are gonna go feed and do a liquid feed on your trees, what I strongly suggest is you pre-water your trees first. Like I said before, I live in Texas. It's hot. Like I said, we're approaching 100 degrees. And between yesterday and today, my pot's dried up properly. That's why I water every day. So if I just went straight with liquid feed, it may become slightly hydrophobic, which means it'll just shoot to the sides and go down the sides of the pot. So I already pre-watered all my trees. That's a pro tip. All right, instead of Foliage Pro, this is a beta tested product. It is darn near equal to the T of Foliage Pro. This is a water soluble version, so it comes dry. It's kind of almost like Play-Doh, but it breaks apart really easy and it mixes really well. Except for this is just like the granular. It's an 18612, so you don't have to use as much, so it goes a lot farther. This package was full when I first got it, and you can see the notes on it. It's good. It's enough for 50 gallons worth of water at a half teaspoon per gallon of water. I've been using this strictly as designed because I haven't really ventured to see if I do my normal double dose how my trees are going to react. So it is what it is. So what I've done already, I've already preloaded my bottle with a gallon of water. I'm using the little end, which is a half teaspoon. Just go in there, knock it out, and then just give it a good swirl. Let it sit for a minute. Not really a minute, just let it sit for and break down and get mixed with the water. And by the time I walk over from here to my variegated pinky and lemon, which is right there, which is probably about a 15-second walk, it will be properly mixed up. I'll meet you there. Here we are, we're at the variegated pinky Rica lemon. So just like we did with the mandarin, we're just going to take it and we're just going to water around. And since this is a larger container, I may get almost the entire gallon in here. And go all the way around, sweeping out. You don't want to water right at the trunk. You want to make sure the roots are colonizing your entire container and get in there. There we go. That 1 gallon is more than enough for that large container. So that's how you use the beta testing product. I'm not going to even say the name of what it potentially may be because it could change, and it should be out in probably, I don't know, next couple months or so. I'll keep you definitely posted because so far the results I'm seeing is phenomenal. Look at all this new growth. Look how tight the nodes are over there too. I'm just super pleased. And here's my Diva Meyer lemon, which is doing really good now. At the beginning of the winter, if you go back to my winter video, it was nothing but stigs and probably about 20 leaves on it. Using the granular from Growscripts and using this new product, it has been doing wonders. And that's just gonna lead me into the last thing I've been doing, my last little secret that I've been doing. And I preluded to it on the Facebook page, but let's go and talk about it. Okay, some more products from Growscripts. It is a liquid calcium plus magnesium and boron and citrus tree essential trace elements. It has all the micronutrients concentrated into basically like a shot. There's 2 ways you can use this. You can use it as a liquid feed in your soil, which you follow the directions on the back, which I haven't had to do yet because my trees are super healthy. But if your trees are starting to show some deficiencies, go ahead and use, if it's a calcium deficiency or if it's just trace minerals missing, you can do a soil feed to get it started once a month, and then go to a foliar feed. That's what I do. I do a foliar feed. So how I use this product is I get my water bottle, which I already preloaded with approximately 16 ounces of water. I know it's a 32, but I follow the directions on the side of the bottle. And then I get my citrus trace elements, because like I said, I just did the calcium one last week. So get this top off, geez. One hand is not very fun sometimes. So I go get the cap. This is right on the directions of the back. It's really small, but it's right there on the very top and how to use it. One cap full for 16 ounces. So go ahead and fill it up one cap full. And then you pour it in. Oh, I got most of it. Fabulous. Then get the top on. Hey, if you're finding value in this video, smash that like button, because that'll definitely help it to get spread out. And then you give it a good shake. So just remember, when you're foliar feeding, you probably don't want to necessarily do it in the middle of the heat of the day. You want to do it early in the morning as it's starting to warm up. The sun's just coming out, so it has a chance for the plant leaves, the underside, the stomata, to start absorbing it. It's like an instant shot right to the system. So let's go over to the mandarin that we fed earlier. All you want to do, oh, I don't think I want it on power. I think I want it more on a spray. There we go. And you want it just to coat the underside of the leaves. All the way around, underneath. You can get the tops too, which is great. Since I mixed so much, let's go over to my variegated column. All right, since we mixed quite a bit, let's go ahead and give this beautiful tree a hit, some nutrients. Shoot, while we're here, let's go over to my 5-in-1. My Mineola on this tree is doing really good. I don't know exactly which ones these top ones are, but I know this one down below here is a Kishu. Let's get all the way around the leaves. And how I do this is I only apply this once a month. So in 1 week, I will do the calcium and magnesium. And the other week, I'll go ahead, maybe every other week, then I'll go ahead and apply the other nutrients that we just demonstrated. All right, so I just finished spraying all my other trees because I couldn't fathom to waste what we just made for the spray. So that was the Growscripts products. That's what I've changed from using Osmocote to Foliage Pro. I've switched over to using Growscripts. Like I said before, I absolutely will use Foliage Pro and Osmocote with no problems. I've been doing it for 10 years. I know it works and it's awesome. If you use that methodology, it'll be awesome. During the winter time, just remember you back off in the liquid feed because the trees never go like truly dormant. So just like you got to eat. Even if you're a sleepy bear, you still got to eat your food, right? So citrus trees are the same way. You just back off to probably half production rate. And with the Growscripts, like I said, it's cheaper. You get more of it for your value, your price. And I've worked out with the owner the code GCNC10 to save you 10%. And the code will be down in the description with the links to these products, except for the beta test because it's not quite out. So there you have it, y'all. That's how I've been feeding my trees for the last 10 years. I showed you how I switched it up a little bit. And my secret sauce is definitely using the sprays, each of them once a month, just to help maintain my trees, give them a little extra nutrition, like a quick little shot. And I use it more, I'll probably be using it more during the winter because the trees are slowing down and it's cheaper to use that than it is the liquid feed. I never really was a big believer in doing foliage spray, but I'm starting to see the benefits of it. So it's slowly changing my mind. So now, like I said, I'm doing it once or doing twice a month, one for each product. So hey, if you find value in this video, subscribe, share with others, and leave me a comment. Let me know what your diva tree is. I'm pretty sure 90% is going to be all Meyer lemon. Besides that, have a blessed day, and I'll see you on the next one.